This is the... First of all, this is a new setup. Usually doing this lower in my house, but now I'm a little bit closer, and that means I'll probably have to be more quiet. Second of all, this is the Bahrain International Circuit. We'll play host to today's Formula Brash race, the Bahrain Grand Prix, stolen straight from the F1 schedule. It's the second race to occur in the current F1 schedule. In the year before, it was Shanghai, which we will get to eventually. What we're looking at here is the previous race winner, Mario Sweetie, who's just going around the turns of this hellish Toki track. This is one of many Toki tracks that plague the Formula One calendar, and in fact, we'll go to many of them. It's just, well, first of all, why would you pick Bahrain? There's like nothing there except for money. Oh, I guess that's why you go there. You have to build a tarmac track in the middle of the desert. What a mess, honestly. Also, the thing's loaded with sharp turns and whatnots that just make the track all around unfun to drive on. Such is the life of Toki. So let's go on board with Maria in her practice lap as she'll take a full lap. Driving around at this terrible track. It's looking a little bit behind than what the laps of the other drivers are putting up so far, having a sub 155. One driver even reaching the 154 mark, but 154.2 in fact. But who knows? This is just one practice. It could be running two different setup changes as we'll go qualifying to get the underway. Let's go qualifying, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Time to see your pole. Engine's too loud. Okay, let me try to fix that. One sec. Okay, if it's down to like minus 20 decibels, I'm still gonna need your word on whether or not this is gonna be good. Is this gonna be good? It better be good. Okay, so, anyways, that's the map for Bahrain. Sharp turn, sharp turn, sharp turn, sharp turn, sharp turn. And the grandstands are around here. What a joke, Herman. What a joke. Let's see the standings look like. Kaz has the pole. That is amazing. Okay. Yo, Zoom starting in 17th. This does not look good for Zoom, but if he can run an effective strategy, then good things are gonna come from. Echo's gonna be starting in last place. So your front row, Kaz and Droid, as we'll start off this Grand Prix in probably very remote country of Bahrain. Welcome to the
drivers to your car.
As Bahrain will welcome.
Start your engine!
Alright, take a nice big deep breath, buddy. Give your seatbelts a tug. Double check your steering wheel. Sit back, relax, get a nice pace, nice rhythm, and let's go out there.
Welcome to the desert of riches of Bahrain. Bahrain International Circuit, to be more specific. If Bahrain had any more circuits, then I'd actually be very much surprised. So your front row is looking like this. Let's skip to the front row. Come on, get over there. Get over there. Get over there. Kaz will be starting on the right side, as that is your pole side for today. Along him in the front row is gonna be Droid. Going back to the second row, you've got Dio and you've got Roboz running next to each other. Wait, what? Yeah, that's right. I can't skip for crap. Going a bit behind him, you got Sky and you got the Ronnie. Then back there, then behind there, D-Dog and the Hitachi. Lucy will also be starting in the top 10. Fifth row, Lil King and the Oreo. That will be your top 10 for today. As it looks like Sports Bar will get off to another miserable start right outside of that front row 5, but they might sneak one up in there. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, PPP, Narad, and Gauge are actually running running basically in the same line, actually. If I can even get there. How many times will I skip the camera? No, yes, that is actually. So that is PPP, and then behind him is Gauge, and behind him is Narad. Maybe they've got some kind of formation plan. Pace cars up, and here they come up to the line to get this Bahrain Grand Prix underway. 15 laps of the Bahrain International Circuit. Cars are going. It's lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain. Oh, this feels so weird to be quiet. It looks like Lucy's gonna make a move. They've already crashed at the front. Already crashed at the straight. What a quality start. What a quality start, as it already looks like the track will be breaking away. Kaz is taking the front, and Droid's just running right behind him. And Roboz will make his way into there. As Dio behind him, and it looks like Sky's also gonna take the line as well. Let's go back, see the guys who are still battling out. Going back, Lucy and D-Dog are right next to each other, going neck and neck forward. D-Dog's just gonna go ahead and take a dive bomb into the turn. Lucy still has the favorable line, and Lucy will just get right in front. What a beautiful start to the Bahrain Grand Prix. For Toki Trek, I was not expecting the start that we're gonna get. This is obviously gonna be a caution, but they're still racing right now, so we have to finish the lap for what's worth. They're still straight line racing, as it looks like Nat's gonna go to the right side of FBN, get past FBN, and now he's taking an easy one. Cars look like they're going at such horrendously slow speeds, but that is the speed you have to go at to get around all these sharp turns. Looks like around the back there, Jack Blaze is also getting ahead of FBN. FBN taking quite the fall to start this race. Lucy and you got D-Dog, Dane. Getting very spread out. Look at this spread. That's the kind of stuff that shouldn't be legal in this kind of racing. Kaz has probably an infinite number of car lengths in front of P2, who's being taken up by Droid, and if this is not a caution flag, I'm going to suspect that something's very wrong here. Is this not a caution? Are you kidding me? Is this not a caution? What? What? Pace car still parked in there. Are you serious? No, you can't be serious. Why would you not? What? I see the flag person. He's not waving a yellow flag. What? It's not a yellow flag? That destruction we saw at the beginning was not yellow flag worthy? Okay, so 920 we're gonna back it up to, and we have to see what went wrong about this beginning. So let's take a look at it from the view of Dodge. Dodge will try to get started off here. I think it happens a little bit to back. Oh! Ooh, alright, so take it. So it looks like it was Zoom. Zoom is mad about some. I mean, Zoom, I think, is mad about something clearly. Like, no, that wasn't Zoom. That was Shadow. Shadow's gonna spin around Nat, and well, Zoom gets collected in there, crashing into the car, crashing into the turquoise crew. FBN gets held up as well. This is probably to blame for the spread. Did I just screw up the start? Because how are they still racing? How have they not gone to the pits? No, I did that right. And now I just exited the race. What the f am I doing? What? What? How's that not a yellow flag? How are they still fine after that? What? What? Okay, so I just blew a good start to check the settings and... What? Okay, no, if this makes any sense anymore, I just got... Are you serious? How is that now... What? What? Thanks, FIA, your track freaking sucks and there's no one actually trying to run this. Okay, so here's your alt universe. After I try to break it, Dane will actually be starting in front now alongside Ecto, and well, I'm still back there. I don't even care anymore. Let's just fast forward to when the thing starts.
Drivers, to your...
Rewind it a bit to when they're passing by. Oh wait, I can't do that.
Drivers, to...
Okay, you're new. Okay, you're new front row. Oh my. Everything goes wrong at once, and I'm dying. What am I doing? Okay, so you got Jack Blaze, you got these random farts, these people starting up front. I have no idea how Nerat's starting up there alongside Dane. What kind of a start is this? Akko's up there as well. Well, Droid, Godge. I mean, no, that's not Godge. That's Ori. It's as if we took the current star and then we just flipped it around. I am sorry for that, by the way. That was a good crash. Now we're gonna have to erase it from history. Such is life. Oops. What is chat saying? Okay, chat's saying nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that just happened. There is a shot of the pace car just taking a few more turns before going hard right into the pits to get this new alternate universe version of the Bahrain Grand Prix start. Pace car's gonna come off, and Dane will lead the way for us, just getting warmed up. That first lap, by the way, was a warm-up lap. Don't worry about it. Gonna come up. We're gonna come up past the square. Green flag is in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in the desert, boys. And Ori and Nat and Maria. A lot of them getting spread out around the back. Just spraying out Nerat and Dane are fighting for that front spot, but it looks like Dane's gonna take it. Nerat just filing back into there. Let's take a moment to go a few steps backwards. It looks like Nat's gonna try to go to the inside of. Gonna try to go to the inside of Rob Boss. Rob Boss will protect that spot very well, though. Zoom just completed a pass to get ahead, and still looks like Nat's trying to jiggle around. Not trying to get ahead. Diavolo just running right behind a Zoom. That's looking like your top 10 right now. Oh, that did nothing. coming around the gates past the DHL sign, and that's your look at Nat, who's still running a fairly good. We are getting fairly spread out here at Bahrain. For what is this GT series? Welcome back to the GT series. I promised to you that when I got a better setup that I would be running GT once again. Okay, no, but seriously, we are not doing GT again. Oh man, look at how spread out everyone is. It looks like the best races right now are the one that's happening at the back. Lara just around Dio, and well, this is just a battle not to have the shame of being the dumb fuck of this last one. Lara just turning around. We'll pop it back to Dane at the front. Nane, that's what I'm gonna call him now. Nane. So that will complete your first lap of this Bahrain race, and we'll just look at the gap that Dane has built to start. 1.43 seconds ahead of Narad. Unless something happens in the pit strategies, then I don't think that Narad will be able to make up the lost time. What is the gap between the front and the back of this race right now? It's looking like if it's gonna be half a minute, then I will laugh, honestly. Dane just coming around the Toyota signs, and the 83 and the 17 have still not crossed. Are they in the pitch because of something? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Hannah and Sky must have gone into a kerfuffle on the first lap. Now we got people going to the pits, proving that, well, this is clearly working. We have to see what happened to Hanazuki on the first lap. How much further do we have to fast forward back? Oh my. Okay, so here's Hanazuki making rounds past the Toyota sign as Lucy and I believe that is Ori battling around with them. Hanazuki tries to take a dive bomb for the inside, and he just locks up the brakes and takes a spin into the sand, juggling the car around and eventually crashing into the bridgestones. And that's gotta be how Hanazuki will blow this race, locking up the brakes into the turns. If Tokyo tracks are worth something, they are hard, but you don't get many crashes from them. Here's a view from the cockpit of Hanazuki pulling up. It looks like got a little bit of a tap from Lucy, actually. Man, Lucy wants to win so bad that Lucy's gonna take out a few people in the process. Here's the Angel of Chaos making his rounds, trying to take a dive bomb into the sharp turn. Running side by side with Jack Blaze here. So yeah, Jack Blaze and the Angel of Chaos going side by side. Looks like the Jack Blaze is gonna get ahead, so I don't see really why there'd be much problem for Shadow going around here. There's just Shadow trying to drive it around. Maybe we could fast forward? Nah, laps of here aren't too long, and also we have to pad this out to be longer than the MAV-TV 500. Man, that was such a good race! The MAV-TV 500. Now we're going to Bahrain, a track that is looking very single file. It's gonna be like riding the train, boys. Remember riding the mall train? I bet you don't. What? Was I following... Gosh dang it, was I following the wrong car? I was, wasn't I? What? Was I following the wrong car? If I fluff this twice, that will be gold. Yes, I was following the wrong car. Oh my god. Okay, Sky's pulling into the pit, so like... Sky, what did you do as well? Sky, what did you do? Sky, what did you do? Or was this just a bad start for Sky? Who knows? Nope, he took a freaking spin by the Marlboro signs going into DHL. Bumps into Hanazuki! Jeez, okay, so that was a ton of debris just lost, and... Wow, okay, so Sky just kind of cursed Hanazuki very early on in this, and Well, that's gotta be how that starts as well. Just take a look at that as well, and this guy's trying to make some dive bombs into a breaking point, which Bahrain's just chock full of breaking points, and what a hit to, what a hit to take to start this off. Man. Yes, Sky's just got the speed, but Sky was just running with a bit too much speed, loses so much, takes out so much debris from himself and Hanazuki's that, like, man, what a start. Okay, are we finally good to continue the race? We can continue the race now, I think. Okay, we're doing it in slow motion. No, we aren't. So Dane's looking like he's pretty far ahead now. Just kind of running all by himself, and Narad can only just, can just sit back and watch as Dane makes his laps around in the sand. Sling sand for fun, this Bahrain Grand Prix is called. Going around trying to see who's running some good ones. It looks like, no, it doesn't really look like anyone's that close at all so far. Is no one actually close? Jeez, no one's actually close to each other. This is gonna be a good race, guys. This is gonna be a good race. This will be a very good race. I'm gonna like this race. Lap 2 coming up, and Dane's just moving the line forward, punishing all that try to come around him. Dane, I don't think, served his punishment, the punishment that he should have served for team battle. Looking at the numbers inside the back of Dane's exhaust, he didn't really put any numbers in there, so, well, he put a number on the stem, but otherwise it's just all brown. I don't think anyone's gonna knows that. Go behind to Narad, who made kind of a surprise show up in this qualifying. He's actually running in the front row, usually a good neighbor to those that are running around in the back. He's not very high in the standings, right? He's not very high in the standings either. But Narad's trying to make good of his start right now, just running some good gaps around the people with him, and if he manages to clutch second, then he will take a pretty decent climb up in the leaderboards. Looking at some other stories that fall into context, Akko's also running pretty surprisingly. Akko, I don't think, has a podium yet. This could be a really good one for, could be another good climber for Akko. Maybe not as much as Narad, but Akko's doing the good. There's Droid and there's Ori, usual people you would see. Zoom's running around in 8th, and, well, Zoom, you can't be Mario Andretti. Not yet. Please don't be Mario Andretti. What the front line's looking like. Lil King's running a bit in the back. Lil King with that horrific crash. And Lara's just gotta be the one rolling around the back. Lara probably has the best view in case if there's a crash, but then again, I really don't think there's ever gonna be a crash with this race. It's Bahrain. They're not crashing. They're really not gonna crash. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, nothing's bad's gonna happen in Bahrain. Oops, I just enabled the sticky key. That's great. No, I don't want to turn on sticky keys. What? No, screw off. Bug off. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. Oh, hi, Squiz. Where are you running in right now, Squiz? Oh, 16th place. That's too bad, I guess. Squiz just wheeling it around. Meanwhile, let's see the gap that Dane's looking ahead at now. This is, the whole top 5 is actually quite the shocker right now, because these guys never have really not done very well so far. But but Bahrain could be a race that changes it for them if they can just keep the car stable for long enough. That this race will actually mean something. Why is the first turn a double chicane? Double chicane should just be illegal. And also, here's Narad running behind of Dane. Let's take a look from the rear. Now let's take a look from the front. And that's the gap that Narad has to try and make up right now. It's gonna be quite the nightmare for Narad. as Nurad makes his way around Toki's very favorite turn of them all, Maggots and Beckett's. Except this isn't real Maggots and Beckett's, this is Bahrain, and Bahrain's kind of a bootleg. Down one straight that leads into another sharp turn. Nobody really taking the crash quite yet. Hanazuki has not pulled out of the pits yet. That turn did some really bad stuff for Hanazuki, and so Hanazuki's just kind of running 2 laps down. Just willing to be a blue flag for anyone who dares to come up. The gap behind Nurad is looking like this. So these guys have pretty much secured the top 3, their top 3 podiums at this point, and they'll be popping champagne open quite well. What is this stuff I'm saying about secured? They have not secured it at all, actually, because we still have a pit stop strategy to worry about. Will they run the 1-stop strategy or the 2-stop strategy? Bahrain is usually pretty good in the tires and pretty good on the tires and pretty good on the gasoline. So this should be a 1-stop race, but otherwise, well, welcome back to GT Series. What am I doing? It's looking like some very interesting gaps so far. Probably the closest ones are happening towards the back. Well, Hanazuki's 2 laps down, and Hanazuki's just trying to make a fuss in between some people. You're crazy, Hanazuki. You're actually crazy. And know that, and Lara's still running the back. But hey, Lara's not last place now. I don't get how David Croft does this. When there's like almost nothing to commentate. It looks like some guys towards the back were taking it too wide, and that was just my eyes deceiving me. Are you kidding me? Really now? Really? And also Dane's just growing the gap now, so like what am I supposed to watch for now? What? Okay. Okay, we're going back to Frogtron. That's looking like the best right there. Frogtron is in number 10 defending the 10th place spot, and PPP is just a little bit behind. You're now watching the Middle Pack television as they make some very slow turns indeed. Going around pulling up. Frogtron running with the number 10 target car. Frogtron, I feel like, has been cucked out of some very good opportunities to get some good placements, but Frogtron just hasn't been able to put up a good one. P10 should be quite satisfactory for him, Oliver. Gonna be a fine one. And chat, if there's anyone in particular that you want me to be watching, please tell me, because I need something to do just to survive Bahrain, and I can't click away from this because that's kind of how NR 2003 works. Should have brought my phone on me so that I could also read Discord as well, but the phone died, so I'm charging in another place. This is the true hell for not even entering a team into team battle. Everyone's just driving it super carefully right now. Doesn't look like very much potential for an incident as we enter lap 6, and Date is now stretched it out to 2.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Nurad's gap is looking like a 0.8. So, Echo now has the ability to enable DRS, but there's like no DRS in this. You can't flap those wings open. Gotta keep those downforce wings down so you can make your way through the really crappy turns a lot better. These have gone to be some of the hugest gaps so far that we're running in this. Nurad is just nowhere near close to Dane. Neither would really anyone else in this race be, in fact. Driving the cars back and forth, and back and forth. And yeah, just really not all that much opportunity for pass at Bahrain. So, so while we're at Bahrain, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Herman Toki's ideology when it comes to making a track. So, Herman Toki, whenever he builds, he always wants to make a very good balance between the drivers and the spectators. So what he'll try to do for the drivers and the spectators is that he'll try to get a very good setup for the spectators to race each other. As Frogtron's going into the pits right now, Frogtron's gonna crash into the side of pits. He spins entering pit lane. What a bad entrance! How do you mess up going into the pit road? What? Oh god, if this is how Frogtron pulls into pit lane, then I honestly fear for how everyone else is gonna pull up. Just pop the number 10 car into there, and it looks like oil and tires won't be the only things that Frogtron will have to deal with, because now he's also gonna have to deal with getting those repairs out of the way. Let's take an instant replay around 1915 when we got back it up to. What did Frogtron do just now? I've had the camera on Frogtron the whole time I was going into my talk about Herman Toki, and then this happens. Really? He just grabs a little bit of the curb and then grabs even more curbs as he's spinning. How do you do that? How? Okay, so like, what? Just grazes the curb a little bit. I think he will have been speeding into there anyways. The brakes. That's like 3 sets of brakes that haven't worked so far, because like you also think about Sky's car when he dive bomb into there. Also think about Hanazuki diving into there. Bahrain is keeping these brakes very hot, and these drivers have not been able to adapt so far. One more angle, we'll take the far chase, as we'll see this in Brash Sports super slow motion. Just like pulling up into there, you could see him just turn the car a bit too early as he'll get past, and well, that flag person is lucky that he's still alive, and just grazing it around there. He'll take the spin. Very devastating spin to get into. We are nearing the halfway point of this race. Not much has really happened, except that Frogtron has given up the 10th place spot to PPP, as it looks like Dane's also gonna pit as well. Did something happen with Dane as he pulls into the pits? Ah no! He was completely fine going into the pits. Now you've got your new leader. It is not Sky. I can tell you that. It is for certain not Sky. It is Narad. Congrats, Narad. You've led a single lap now. What are you gonna do to celebrate that? Boys be getting some extra points, I'll tell you that. So Dane and Frogtron will be taking the early pits. Let's see. Let's get back to the pit lane to see like who exactly is pulled into the pits. Really great quality broadcasting here. It looks like just Dane and Frogtron actually. Yeah, I think it's just Dane and Frogtron who are going with that lap 6 pit strategy. Running towards the front anyway, so I guess it would work. Frogtron just... Oh, that pit entrance is so cringe, though. Just like the way this race has been going. So it looks like for these guys who clearly are not going to be able to catch up to Dane, pit strategy is something that all of them are going to have to be running. As Narad's just kind of taking some spins here. And now my eyes are beginning to hurt. Just staring at all the sand. All the sand that Herman Tokyo was commissioned to put in there. So, because... Here's the thing, Herman Tokyo, when he builds a track, he likes to think about the spectators, so that's why he puts the grandstands. He also has to make the grandstands looking really nice because he is a civil engineer, and well, building bridges is part of his job. So you gotta build bridges that look nice, and he's also gotta build grandstands that look nice. Meanwhile, for the drivers, he doesn't want a track that's too terrifying, but I mean that the drivers won't go on there. But he also wants to make the track fairly balanced. Balanced just as everything in the universe should be. But just balanced so that the crowd won't get too bored watching it. So, also his inspiration is the Nürburgring. which is a hellish 13-kilometer track that, in fact, Formula Brash will be going to. 20-kilometer track, in fact. Formula Brash will be headed to the Nürburgring towards the end of the season, SAP at the ring, but here's the thing, though. Herman doesn't realize... What?! Yo, Nuran and Ak, we're gonna take a spin for Will. That curb is just dangerous, as we're gonna get some chaos in the pit lane. Everyone trying to pit, but it's looking more like a pile-up than a pit. It's starting to look like a pile-up. Pit road is closed, obviously, and... Wow, okay, so... These guys will have to think about a lot more than just repairing the car now. Caution is out right now, and... Oh, that is looking like a terrible start for... that is looking like a terrible pit entrance for all these guys. Herman, you evil genius. By placing the curb there, you've managed to make some organized chaos, and... God, why? Herman, why do you think these are good ideas? So, let's actually watch the far chase camera of Narada. So we'll try to pull into the pits in slow motion. Just gonna take this moment to nope. Just gonna take this moment to read some cool Discord while he's doing some stuff. I got pinged there, chat side. Okay, so that's why I haven't been seeing anything from here for a while. What's going on here? Okay, if the chat is working now, then can you please get something up? Didn't realize that the chat was actually broken. Type something into the chat so that I could, see it on the stream. And now my messages are sending what kind of... God, I hate when my Wi-Fi does this. Okay, we're gonna go offline for a few seconds. Jeez, why? Okay, that was probably the quickest offline we've had, and we didn't even drop any frames. That is actually insane. Okay, so we're now reconnected, and God, this is why I need to bring my phone downstairs while we're streaming. Oh, man. Yeah, so the chat was broken. I didn't realize that, like, my Wi-Fi had gone out. So, this Bahrain Grand Prix is cursed now. I'm just making all the good mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, Nuret pulling into pit lane, making the same error that Frogtron did, just getting the wheel while entering, almost hitting the flag person. I don't know what the flag person did to deserve all of this. Ackle's gonna have a really cringy entrance as well, and that will get him spinning as well. Let's actually go back a bit to Ackle, who's also spinning. Here's Groyd entering, and he's actually just gonna graze it just barely, but Groyd, not having enough time to stop and see the pile-up going up, will take the crash as well. Ori gets in there fine. Here's Rob Boss also pulling into the pits as Ackle's gonna go for, as it looks like Ackle's gonna go for a spin, and Rob Boss will get tricked by the curb as well. Also, Nat's gonna enter, will lose some debris going into there, and that's how Nat gets stopped at the wall. Zoom just crashes into Nat, and Nat just going around landing onto the curb. Past the gate, and there is no way Nat can get back. This is not a very safe gate. They did not think about what if Herman Tilke did not think about what if a crash happened at the pits. Let's take the cockpit camera with Nat. Can the car fly into the stands? Yeah, probably. It's gonna be hilarious when it happens. No, it won't, because like 200 some people will die and it'll be the biggest motorsports tragedy of all time. So here's Natchez entering into the pits. Cloud of smoke means that she should have slowed down pretty early, and then Nat's gonna take that spin, and then Nat gets a bump from Zoom and just lands right in there. That happens in a matter of, what, like 5 seconds maybe? We have to see that again. Gonna go from the TV, gonna go from the pit lane camera. Fresh cameras of pit lane. What even? Who would have thought? Clash, clank, bump, clank, 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 clank. Zoom just put in the trash aside, and Zoom has become trash as well. And yeah, I'm very scared for when this group outside tries to go into the pit. So these guys pull into pit road as pit road is closed, and the caution lights will come up, and oh, this is just some destruction we're seeing out here. Pace cars out, and PPP, look at what he's done. He's gone from 11th to 1st thanks to some pit strategy, and now he'll lead the caution people around with Kaz and Jack Blaze behind him, Shadow and a turquoise car to make things even. That is the turquoise car of number 77 Sanic. Did you die, Godge? I don't think you were in that pileup. No, you're still alive. In fact, you are running at number 13 now. Right in front of FBN. We have to see this cringe fest, however. As the rest of these guys will try to get into the pits. If they can get into the... if all of them get into the pits smoothly, I will buy a milkshake just for Brash. Has the DHL signs, and... you know, I can fast forward this, right? Because they're nowhere near the pits, I think. Still got a few dickish turns to get through. They're going in slow, so I think they'll do it safely. We'll see about that. We will see about that. So here they come into the pits, just past the line. Looks like all of them are getting by safely. Maybe just a few scruffs, but not really that much of an incident so far. Yeah, no incidents whatsoever. I don't see anyone spinning back there. So these guys will pull into pit road just fine, actually. Meanwhile, all these other guys have actually gone out of the pits as well. Now who's leading the group that got out of pit lane? Looks like it's Hanazuki. Hanazuki running like what, 3 laps behind? Diavolo just in front, however. So these guys are running with... these guys are running with some really crappy cars, but they're somehow gonna try and make it work for this push towards the end. Watching the cars as they as they zoom forward with great speed, and who will be the first out of pit lane? It is PPP once again. Gotta come back up there. Behind him, Lucy, Maria, Godge, Shadow, yeah. No, that was Squiz. FBN, D-Dog, Lil King, Dio, Emers, SAD, Larracoon, Jack Blaze, and Sanic, and Kaz, and Dane! Dane dropping hard, actually. Is that, So Sky's been kind of the lagging car. He's not gonna matter too much, but whoa, what happened to Dane at the pits? Yeah, I got paid, clearly. I paid myself. That was such a great paycheck. So Dane falling hard after leading all of those laps towards the beginning. It looks like we're going to be going through a 3-lap shootout. Bahrain. Thank God. So let's get up to snuff to take it to the leader, Hanazuki, but Hanazuki's gonna be a lap down. So Hanazuki will pull onto the outside line, and Nat will take the front back as well. Is that Nat though? What am I staring at? That's not Nat. That's Diavolo. Oops. You mean the Chaos somewhere? So let's fast forward through this because we took quite a long break. So this caution is brought to you by Herman Toki. If you need a good track, one with lots of breaking points, and one that will excite the spectators because he puts maggots and beckets into every track. Also one with loads of breaking points, then the race started once again. I forgot to acknowledge that. Oops. Haha. Okay, y'all didn't see shit, did you? Okay. Yep. Sounds like a good time to go, and Diavolo is back there. Get the rear camera going. Actually, let's watch it through Hanazuki. That's gotta be more interesting. Hanazuki pulling up to start lap 11. 4 laps to go, and we're back online. Lots of guys bringing a double file as they crash at the back again. It's like the race we canceled, but whoa, what? Right then, that needs some eyes right away. I am not going away this time. What? Are you kidding me? So, Mario spins, and geez, it looks like Godge will be taken up in the smoke as well as they try to pass him out 3 wide, and that is just a terrible restart. These guys are trying to rush it through. They're all single file, but they want to bring it to 2 wide right away. If you know a good FIA track, though, oh god, that was just a deliberate dive bomb trying to come up in there. Who tried to dive bomb it this time? Was it you, Squiz? It was you, Squiz, wasn't it? Okay, so let's take this to what is gonna be the best camera angle. I'm asking that to myself, trying to find what would be a good angle. Let's go with the helicopter view, and we'll watch this in slow motion. And as here's Squish just at the restart, as the pace car is just pulling in, already trying to bring it to 2 wide with FBN. Squish moving it forward right behind of Godge, while Godge is also trying to pass Shadow as well. So here's Godge with those brakes now functioning. Maria's gonna take a really bad brake check, and that will take up Godge, and that will take up Squish as well. And they're gonna be the ones who spin, and Maria will spin as well. Maria, that is actually such a brake check right there. So Maria's gonna take the spin up there. It looks like Squish will try to get up there just fine. Meanwhile, Shadow has to use those quick reactions to get around Maria. Can he do it this time? No, he's gonna just clip the front wing of Maria off with his tire. The chaos is still ensuing, and they're just moving off ahead. Somehow Squish just manages to get the car back just fine, but that is quite some chaos. Let's look at it from the view of Gotch, who had to watch that brutal brake check of Mario pulling up. Not your ideal restart. Not your ideal restart, but meanwhile it's gonna look like Diavolo's taking the lead either way. Diavolo with supposedly no one in front of him. Hanazuki also taking into second despite running 3 laps down. Narad and Droido are still running it pretty close. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? Diavolo just trying to kick it into the Saturday Night Drive mode in the daylight, and Hanazuki's just gotta be one back to back with the race. So we're entering the good single file phase again, as some guys are still trying to run it close. Dio looks like running a different line, coming up with Maria. Go down into the inside of Maria, trying to get the pass. Mario might have the bare exit as they go down this long DHL straight. Sonic is also running side by side. Mario just trying to defend the spot, but Dio's trying to go around. Mario gets two insides, and it looks like Mario's gonna be the one going forward out of this. Mario's gone forward, but Dio's running with a faster car, trying to pass Mario. They are battling for a top 10 spot. It looks like Dio's not gonna really have to do much. Oh, hi, Lara. How are you? How are you way up there now? Maybe it was because of the spin or something. So Dio will fall into single file. Let's continue jumping around. See where all the good ladies at. There's God just smoking his car. If that's another yellow flag, Hanazuki will pull into the pits. Hanazuki will get clipped by the curb as well. So not only does Hanazuki not decide not to, not only does Hanazuki not pit during the caution, but you've seen this spin a million times. It's not worth replaying at this point. There goes Frogtron as well. Frogtron, you actual idiot. How did you screw up that pit entry twice? And why are you even pitting then? You had the perfect time to pit during the caution lap. Are you actually mental? Is your pit strategy team actually mental? Like, legit, really? Diavolo taking this to the front end. Man, looks like the tides have flipped quite much as Narad is now running in third place with a very, very junkered car. They're so bad at. Oh my God, I can't read my own chat with this quality. They're so bad at pitting Lamau. Yeah, they're very bad pitting. Lap 12 all 15. We've got 4 laps to go in the Bahrain International Grand Prix. I swear I just changed the name, man. Diavolo is running with quite the lead in front of him. At this Toki track that has seen surprises surprises probably at a part that you would least expect, the freaking pit lane. And Droid is running right behind him. The story of this race has changed so much just in the little time. Before I was saying that this would be a good race for Dane, and this would be a good race for Narad, and this was gonna be a good race for Akko. Narad is still chilling up there in the podium. It looks like he'll still be able to pop that champagne if he can keep the car still. But now Diavolo's gonna take that spotlight, and I don't think Diavolo has really done that much either. Actually, he was a very good standing out at the MAVTV 500, but then something just kind of happened, and he was falling back to that pack while Zoom and Mario were bailing out for the very best at Fontana. Now Diavolo can just kick into Sunday drive mode. So same with probably Droid and Narad, and Akko's still up there in the top 5 actually. GG Akko, Ori behind him, the Ronnie, there's PPP, Rob Boss, D-Dog, Angel, Lucy, FBN, Little King, Maria, Dio, Lara, Amer, Sad, Jack Blaze, Kaz, Asanic, Dane, Sky, and the Pace Car, and Oreo, and Frogtron. You know, we only have so much time left. You know what we gotta do? Crank that volume up, boys. You know it's time. with 2 laps to go in the Bahrain International Grand Prix, Diavolo is running with probably the biggest lead gap of this series so far, 8.33 ahead of Droid, and there is no way that Droid's gonna be able to catch up unless if Diavolo just screws up the car somewhere. I really don't think he's gonna pit now. It'd be so dumb to just throw away the lead for pit stop. Man. This is looking like a pretty good race for Droid, though, because Droid hasn't really been too relevant. Neither has Narat. This has been a podium of dreams for some racers who've just shied away from the spotlight. Reaching up that two to go as the guys pass by the Gulf Air signs. Still running in that single file line. It's like bringing around the Formula Brash Express. Diavolo pits and crashes immediately. Just imagine if that were to happen. Diavolo passing under the Vodafone sign. Let's see if he's actually gonna pit on the white flag. If he does, then that would be the ultimate dumb move I've ever seen in any motorsport. Especially with how deadly this pit lane has been. No, Diavolo's not gonna pull into the pits. Pits as he gotta kick it into Sunday drive mode. 1 to go at the Bahrain International Circuit, and Diavolo just has no one around him. Getting through T1 and T2. Now just pulling around for one more turn, coming up to the DHL. Coming up to the DHL wall. 150, 150, starting to brake here, making sure not to overshoot the turn. Gonna try to reach for that apex. Apex taken! Round the Toyota signs, driving it downwards. Getting quickly to the other side so that his line is still good to the swirly swirl of the fake Macketts and Beckett's. Diavolo just kicking on that Saturday night drive in the open wheel car. The Indy car, as it's called, passing under the DHL sign, taking another pretty good turn past the Bridgestones now. Bridgestone saying hi to the flag person. Driving down the Bridgestone straight now, normally a DRS zone for Formula 1. Now okay, we're back up. You know, we all know how this race is gonna end anyways, let's be honest. I can fluff it up as much as I want, but except for really dickish pit lane, Herman, Tokyo, you have made a very boring crash. Boogity, 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 Diavolo has won. Let's see everyone else cross. I don't think much really changed. God screwed up his camshaft, however, and Hanazuki's still gonna finish ahead of him. Oh man, this was such a bad race, let's be honest here. Fuck Herman, he can't make a good crap. Fuck let's go back to where Nat just lands in between the pit section, because that will be a pretty juicy screenshot, and then we gotta finish it off. Yeah, congrats, Narad, you're on the bloody podium. Right, isn't this about where it happened? How did Nat even get the car out? Okay, so pretty impressive podium here as what the yo, we just went black screen. Oh, we're still fine. Thank God. Okay, so just take this screenshot and then we'll be on our way. Okay, so there we go. Diavolo's gonna finish on front with the strongest right behind, and there's also an Arad. I have to save this just so I can get the stuff down. That's your podium. Pop open that champagne, and to Diavolo, congratulations.